What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys had a wonderful day as always. So today's video is going to be a little different than what we usually do. No installs, nothing like that. Today's video is actually going to be pricing out my 2008 Jeep Wrangler. So I recently bought this. I believe I bought it about a year and a half ago, and we started the build last February, and we aren't done yet, but we're at a pretty good stage with it. So I figured I'd make this list and update you guys on the pricing that we have. Keep in mind, we did work with some of these companies that I will be listing today, so we got it for a different price than this, but I'm just going off the price that's online if you guys want to know what it would cost to build something like this. Or if you guys saw any parts that you like that we have that you were curious how much they cost or anything like that, that's what this will be providing. So as you can see on this list, I have an entire list of all of the parts that we have on the Jeep. I feel like I'm missing something, I very well might be, but this is all the parts that I could think of that we have on the Jeep. So it starts with buying the Jeep, it works our way through the lift, the tires, accessories, bumpers, fenders, stuff like that, all the way to the interior accessories and everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So the Jeep itself is a 2008 Jeep Wrangler. It's a 4-door, not a Rubicon or anything, because we plan on switching the axles out, and it was kind of pointless to buy the Rubicon if we're going to get rid of the parts that made it a Rubicon and pay all that extra money. It was super clean, 80,000 miles on it. Around here, they're going for around like 20,000. We got ours for 17,000, which is a pretty good deal. We all know how popular Wranglers are and how much they cost. So 17,000 for the Jeep itself. It was completely stock. I'll insert some photos of the Jeep so that way you guys know what it looked like when we bought it. Bone stock. It had like the stock top that didn't really fit anymore. It wouldn't go down and back up easily. But bone stock, super clean. And over here in the corner, I'll actually keep a list of tracking all of the prices that we have here, so that way you guys can follow along, and it'll add up new prices for the parts and everything like that. So the first thing we got after we purchased the Jeep would be a lift kit, obviously, because that's where you usually start your build. We went with the best we could at the time, which was THROTTLE. Outstanding lift. We have their Alpine 4-inch lift. Absolutely love it. We actually opted to go with the one without the shocks. So that cost us $3,947. That is an awesome lift, definitely worth every penny of it. We love the lift. I've been down pretty much any trail here that you could think of and haven't had an issue yet. I've ran it into rocks, I've dropped the Jeep on some of the control arms and stuff, and no issues. It's an awesome lift. So since we didn't go with the shocks with the lift, we decided to go with the Bilstien 5160 shocks. That would be the dual reservoir shocks that Bilstien offers for the Wranglers. Again, zero complaints with those. The ride quality is super nice. Those cost $845 for the set of 4. So that would be the lift together, added up over here in the corner to the cost of the Jeep. After that, we went with tires. So Ironman Cross Country MTs, we got 37 by 12.5 R17s. So those came to a total of $1,123. We only got 4 of them at the time. Honestly, I just didn't have enough money to buy a 5th tire, so we went with 4. So with the wheels, I actually added in the new wheels that'll be going on this shortly. We have new tires coming for it, but I haven't decided on tires yet, so I didn't add those in, but I did add the new wheels we have coming for it. So we have some Black Rhino Reno beadlocks. Those run a total of $2,200 for the set of 5, which really isn't a terrible price when it comes to beadlocks. If you guys have ever looked into them in the past, they're rather expensive. We didn't calculate it in the custom painting we did because we did it ourselves, so it didn't really cost crazy much, but the ring is actually paint matched to the color of the Jeep. After that, we have the Best Top Super Top Ultra, which is essentially the JL top fitted to match a JK or a JKU only. I believe they're coming out with the JK one here in the future, if they haven't already. But awesome top. It actually is on rails up here, so you can just slide it back by pulling 2 levers. It folds itself up, and then you can just push it back up. Super simple. It actually comes with a bikini top option, the full top, and then folds back up here for like the Sunrider is what they call it, I believe. That runs $1,949. The next product on the list would be the Crawler Conceptz Skinny Series front bumper with the D-ring tabs. Keep in mind, a lot of these prices are before shipping. We didn't calculate shipping because shipping varies whether the product starts in California and shipping to us in Maryland, or like, for example, Utah or something like that. Shipping is obviously going to change, so we didn't calculate that in. But the Crawler Conceptz front bumper, which is one of the ones where you cut the cross member out of the front, and this takes the place of that, costs $334 before shipping. The next product, on top of the bumper, we have an X-Bull 13,000 pound winch. That comes to $395. This product, I had trouble finding an exact price. It seemed like the price varied a little bit from website to website, so this is about the average price that I found. Next, we have the Brougham racing seats, the brackets to mount them to the floor, the hardware, and the 5-point harnesses. So these seats right here, absolutely love them. Huge upgrade after the stock seats because those were super uncomfortable. We got the 5-point Brougham harnesses to match the seats, the hardware, and the brackets. Just to make it super simple, they have the brackets that mount directly to the stock bolt holes in the floor for the original seats and then directly to these seats. It probably took like 30 minutes to install it with their setup. That came to a total of $1,437. Next, we have the MCE Fenders. Absolutely love those fenders. There's actually pictures online of Jeeps like folded over on their side. The fenders like folded flush up against the car, and they just pop right back out and look brand new. Those run $399. We have the skinnier version of the two. If you guys were wondering, they make a wider one and then a narrow one. We have the narrow ones. Next up is the DV8 rock sliders. Definitely worth it. They run $399.99. That's before shipping, obviously. A lot of times with the more expensive parts, you can get free shipping from various websites, so I would keep an eye out for that. This next product I would definitely recommend to every Wrangler owner out there that's going to put any bigger tires than stock on it, is the TrailLogic steering setup. We have the full DragLink and tie rod steering setup. Comes with Heim joints. We'll be doing a more in-depth video on the steering as we go on. Later on, once it's warmer out, we can do more outdoor videos. We'll do a full in-depth video on the steering review. But that comes to $428.99. The rear bumper, we have an EAG rear bumper. Those come to around $229. I couldn't find the exact model that we have online anymore. I'm not sure if they stopped making it or what's up with that. But the closest one I could find was around $229. We don't have the tire carrier or anything like that. That was actually one of the first mods we did to the Jeep. Next up is lighting. So with lighting, I didn't really find all the exact lights I have. So I went through my receipts, found out around what I paid for them without shipping, added it all up, so I bunched it all together. I have the switch panel over here, which is the buttons from AuxBeam. I have rock lights from AuxBeam, the RGB rock lights. I think it's like the set of 8 or 12 or something like that. Then I have the headlights, fog lights, and then flush mount light pods for the rear for reverse lights. So I added it all up and it came to around $200, like, again, before shipping. That's about as close as I could get from the receipts I still have and everything like that. Lastly, on the list, we have a rock hard 4x4 harness bar. This one right here. Again, we painted this to match the new wheels we have coming in. This is actually a Ford color we painted it with. It's like a metallic silver color. We plan on getting the full cage and painting it that exact color, which we think would look sick with the red that we have. That comes to $200. So with all of these products added up, it comes to a total of $31,185. A lot of people ask me if I think that price is worth it, if I would do it again, if they're looking into getting a Jeep, if I would recommend the same parts I have, stuff along those lines. Honestly, my true opinion, it is definitely worth it. I have a Grand Cherokee, as you guys have probably seen in a previous video. I put cheap parts on that, pretty much every part I have, besides shocks. I have Bilstien shocks on there, which is the nicest part on the Jeep. But I have cheap parts, cheap lift, all that stuff, and it performs awful off-road. I built it in high school. I thought it was performing great. I had no idea what a real off-road car performed like. But then I built this. I went with all the parts that I ever wanted on this. This kind of is like my dream Jeep, if you think about it. Like, I've been wanting a Jeep like this since I got the Grand Cherokee. I just couldn't afford it at the time. And this is definitely worth it. So I definitely recommend saving up that little bit of extra money, buying the Jeep that you want, saving for the parts. Honestly, make a list like this. Figure out what parts you want first, what parts can wait a little bit, and buy the parts in time that you have money. It doesn't have to happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years. You can take your time and build it. I feel like a lot of people rush their builds and buy cheaper parts than what they initially would have. And what happens there is the cheap parts break, and then you got to buy them again. And after the point of buying them 2-3 times, you're already in the price of the nice part that you wanted initially. So that's my suggestion. Yes, I think it's worth it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you plan on off-roading a decent amount. We do events all summer, trail rides. Me and my friends go to Roush Creek a lot. It gets its use. I definitely enjoy it. It's still a decent daily driver. So yes, it's worth it in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know if I missed any parts that you guys know of down below, what parts you guys like. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one.